Just like we did the simulation of the buck boost converters using GEDA as the front end schematic entry and ngSpice, we can do similar exercise with KiCad also. So I will not go into the details, but I have done it. I will share the resource file with you so that you can try it using the KiCad schematic entry method also. So you see in this folder, the FPE folder, which we are now familiar with, there are three folders which have been added. One is the buck for the buck converter simulation, boost, the boost converter simulation, and the buck boost converter simulation using KiCad schematic entry. So now let me enter into the buck converter folder. So you see all the familiar files here. I have used similar method as we did earlier in creating the files. You can follow the same method. Observe that there is this buck.sch schematic. You have two folders here, the symbols folder and the models folder. And the symbols folder, I have added one more library, my blocks. We had this my components library. I have added my blocks library also. I will tell you why. And then accordingly in the models I have added one more blocks library. This is for incorporating the PWM block. So I will explain that. But the method of the method of generating these files. So now let me double click on the buck converter schematic and let me zoom this. So you have here the title, buck converter or the step down DC-DC converter. You are now familiar with the circuit. So you have the DC source here and you have the switch. Now how did I get the switch? I used, I will just show you. So in my components, you can go and take this switch. Now you will get the symbol like this. Inside that switch is the sub-circuit, and the sub-circuit is there in the models file, lu comps.library. So this is having two terminals here for the gate drive, isolated terminals. You can ground one if it is grounded, and two terminals, power terminals, where the power currents and voltages are power currents flow and the power voltages are seen across that. And this is the in the case of the GEDA, we had used a default ideal diode. Here I am using the diode, the sub-circuit diode with the snubber. So you will see slight differences in the simulation results. So you have the diode and you have the inductor, capacitor and the resistor. Now this is the new component that you will be seeing here, and this is the PWM, which we had not included in the previous simulation sessions for using with KiCad. So in order to bring about this, you saw in the GEDA simulation also that we needed a PWM block. So this is that PWM block. So this is if I double click on that, you will get the details. You see that this is the PWM block, single phase. Now you see where it is located in the models, lublocks.lib. That's where it is located. And the model is called in the sub-circuit in this fashion, PWM one phase. What parameter you are giving is a switching frequency 10 kilohertz. You can pass 20 kilohertz, whatever the frequency that you want to. So this is the PWM block. And as explained, the input, I am using the input voltage to set the duty cycle. Now 0.5 is the voltage value, and triangle is -1 to +1. So you will see a duty cycle of around 75%. And this you are familiar with. We are using a text label, and within the dot control and NC we have all this. So it is a transient analysis that you are going to do. We are making the background as light background and foreground as dark, and we are seeing the voltage across the diode here, the output voltage, and the current through the inductance. So this is the buck converter. So let us simulate it. So as usual, you can go into the tools, generate netlist, spice netlist, and generate the netlist. Okay, so this is what I have done, created, and then I can go back to this and show you the buck.cir circuit. So this is the buck.cir circuit. You see that it is going to reference both LU blocks and LU devices. You can go into their ASCII files, text files. You can go in and read the subcircuit of that particular models that we have used. So this is the schematic, and we have the control commands here. Now let us execute this and see that it operates. So let me open a terminal. So we are inside the buck converter directory. You see the files. I'll run ngspice buck.cir. So it will execute, and you will see it here. So you will see that, let me expand that a bit. So we had given 3 waveforms, V0, VD, and VD in red, and I1. So I can take a small window and try to see in that window, and probably, yeah, so something like this. And you see that the current waveform is down here. Probably if you want to see the what we see ideally, you can zoom that and probably see the current waveform there, the inductor current waveform going up and down like this here, and you get a closer look and you can understand that one. Of course, I will not describe the circuit. We have already seen that and we have understood the circuit. I will leave it to you to explore the various waveforms for the buck schematic. You do the simulation and then try to find that out. Now I will close this simulation and let me open the boost converter folder. So the boost converter folder also I have already pre-prepared the schematic file and all the other files. Also see the 2 files, the model files and the symbol files. I have used the same symbol files. You have the myblocks.lib and mycomponents.lib. And let me open the schematic file. So this is the schematic file which you see. You could probably go into the manage libraries and see that project specific these 2 libraries have been added. So that is where all our models are being taken. And I showed you also that when we go into the picking the component, you will see these 2 libraries coming, and we know how to include new libraries, symbol libraries and models into the place. So this is the schematic. There are some modifications. This is for the boost converter, as you see. Let me zoom it slightly. Yeah, so this is the boost converter or the step up DC-DC converter. I have not changed the values, but I have repositioned the components. You see the boost inductor comes on the input side, and the switch comes in between arm, and the diode comes on the output side. Now this is the circuit of the boost converter. We still have the same PWM block, and I have not changed anything in the control statements for performing the simulation. So this is nothing but the boost converter. All other parameters remaining same. We have repositioned these three components. So let us generate the schematic and execute it. So I am generating the netlist. You can go to the SPICE and then click on generate netlist. So when you now go back to the folder, boost folder, you have the boost.car, and the boost.car will contain the schematic. So it contains the schematic here. It has the include files, include to the devices.library, lu blocks.library for the PWM block, and then you have the control statements. So it's a transient analysis, 1 microsecond step time and 100 millisecond is the finish time. And the same way I am keeping the background light and foreground dark, and we are looking at the same waveforms. You can then later on change the waveforms that you want to see. Now let us go to the command window terminal. Let me move to the folder that we are talking, boost folder, and you see all the files in there. You see boost.car. So let us do ng spice boost.car. So it should execute the boost circuit and give the relevant waveforms. So I can expand that, and you could probably study it. So let me take a very small portion of this window so that we are able to see the switching waveforms. So this is, let me expand that, the switching waveform. You see the blue one is the output voltage. It is boosted. We gave input of 12 volts and it's now boosted. And we have the switching waveforms across the switch. And then here in orange you see the inductor current waveform. Probably you could look at that with a slightly zoomed up amplitude so that you get a picture of the inductor current. See the inductor current as we discussed. So again, I am going to leave you here. I'm not going to explain this again. The boost converter, I will allow you to simulate and explore this circuit. Finally, let me also show you the buck boost converter. So we studied these three converters. So the buck boost converter, also I have pre-prepared it in KiCad, using KiCad as the schematic entry and using ngSpice for simulation. I am having the same two model and symbol files, no change. Let us double click on the schematic and open it. So this is the schematic for the buck boost converter. So the buck boost converter or step up down DC-DC converter. So as we studied, depending upon the value of the duty cycle is less than 0.5 or duty cycle greater than 0.5, it will accordingly act as a down converter or a up converter. And we have here this PWM block, and because of this PWM block we have to use, you see this, the PWM block is being taken from my blocks library, so you need to have that also in the library. And the switches for example is taken from the my components library, as you will see here. What have we done here? Again, we have only repositioned the components. We have brought the inductor into the central portion. We have kept the switch on the input side, and the diode, look at the direction of the diode is on the output side. And because the direction of the diode, you will see the charging current flow like this, and the capacitor will be negatively charged and the output voltage will be negative. So let us see that. Nothing else I am going to change. I will leave that to you to do any changes and then explore and try to find out and learn about the buck boost converter circuit. Now let me go to the tools. You can do the same thing of generating the netlist. Go into SPICE and generate the netlist. So I have generated the netlist, and here in buckboost.car you will find the netlist for the buck-boost converter. So let me double click, open it up, and then show you the schematic. So as you see here, the two include files, lublocks.lib, ludevices.lib, containing the same sub-circuits, and then you have the schematic for the power converter, for the DC-DC buck-boost converter, and the control statements. So the control statements haven't changed, and it is the same similar way you can execute this. So what I will do, I will go and pick up the terminal, the command line terminal. Let me change the directory to buck-boost folder. So in this folder I will be finding all the files, and of interest to me is the buckboost.car. So let us use ngspice buckboost.car. So this will get executed and you will get the waveforms. Already you can sense that, see that the voltage is in the negative direction. That is basically because of the way the buck-boost operates. So you will get a negative voltage. So we know that the output voltage is minus Vin into d by 1 minus d. And let me expand that, and likewise here also I have just given you a sample set of waveforms. You should try to explore it as much as possible. Let me see a very small segment, and these are the waveforms. So here you see the inductor current waveform. I will get a bit better idea here. So inductor current waveform, output voltage waveform, all those things. This is the output voltage waveform, and you try to find out how much it aligns with the theoretical value and why it does not align, what are the non-idealities, the drops that come across the various devices that is going to make it go away from the theoretical value. So these are kind of things that you need to find out, try to understand, and get as much insight as possible through the simulation. So this is the same buck-boost converters simulated through KiCad as the schematic entry. However, the simulation engine is still ngSpice.